Welcome to Rayborg Arena for the championship game of the 2023 St-Laurent Hockey Tournament in U-18B. My name's Brandon Bordeaux for Baby Blue Memories, and we have the Kahnawake Mohawks taking on the St-Laurent Gladiators. The Gladiators beat the Warriors, the first team the Mohawks played in the tournament, 3-2 yesterday to get into this gold medal game. The Mohawks, of course, rolling past the Lakeshore Leopards by a score of 6-0. Starting netminders, first for St-Laurent, Justin Dubé, wearing number 33. And the Mohawks, Ashton Stock, once again getting the call as Chaz Norton is away on a tournament at the Rock Vegas tournament out in Rochester, New York. Taking a look at the jerseys, St-Laurent wearing white with orange and black trim. Actually, this reminds me of an old Wales or Campbell Conference All-Star game jersey. It kind of looks like the old school All-Star, NHL All-Star jerseys that they're wearing. And of course the Mohawks wearing the Philadelphia Flyers number jerseys with orange, black, white trim, skating right to left. Yeah, the Mohawks are still missing a few players, but they do get Radetza Howie Cross back in the lineup after he served a 2-game suspension for an altercation in the first round of the tournament. So this is it. It's for all the marbles, folks. Chad's had a trophy and gold medals and a banner. And not only that, but also to add some prestige to your association. St-Laurent 3-0 in this tournament. The Mohawks 3-0 as well. But remember, Kahnawake was only up 2-0 with about 9 minutes left in the game yesterday. It almost felt like at times they were like a sleeping giant. They're going to have to play with that same motivation that they ended the semifinal with to start the entire game here tonight. 32 minutes separates a gold medal for one of these two teams. And again, there's Ashton Stock, who is getting the call once again for the Mohawks. The call up from the Blackhawks. His team, of course, coached by Noah Norton, Hunter Mator, and Lee Snow. Mohawks starting Daytona Lazar up front with Dehainer Knuckleadeer and the recently returning Radetza Howie Cross up front. Wesley Morris and Ronan Daibo on the back end. Starting up front for St-Laurent, Benjamin Levy, Ryan Werbit out there, as well as Michael DiPietro for St-Laurent. This game is underway. This is the championship matchup. Here comes Cross, who had the only goal of the game when he got ejected the other night. Out in front of the net, he comes, Lazar! Oh, he just sent it wide. Lazar, the center for this line. Dehainer Knuckleadeer had a hat trick last night in that 6-0 win over Lakeshore. And there's a knockaway by Lazar. And away comes Wesley Morris on the attack. He shoots and he whipped it wide. He had a lot of momentum behind that puck as well. Kahnawake power play blew, not really great last night. They were 1 for 5. Here comes St-Laurent. Werbit sends it across. Puck's on edge and a backhander misses the net. And meanwhile, the Mohawks penalty for killing obviously perfect. They were 4 for 4 with a shorty in that game. Here's a shot, not on the target. First minute has gone by here in this championship. And that's sent back deep by Nathaniel Simo, and Morris with the intercept. He backhands one up to center. And Simo's got it here. Mohawks on a change. Daytona Lazar on defense. And now he'll move back to his position of center. Todd Jacobs coming in. Dehainer Knuckleadeer. That pass misses Morris. Carter Snow out there as well. He had a goal in that semifinal win last night as St-Laurent brings it in. Back come the Gladiators. A wrist shot. Ping pongs wide. Riley Tuax, Carter Snow up front for the Mohawks. Dehainer Knuckleadeer as well. He's going to be getting to the bench soon, one would imagine, as the Gladiators shoot it back in. Pair of 16s. Here's Michael DiPietro shooting one off of number 16 for the Mohawks, Todd Jacobs, and out of play. Congrats to the Bantam Mohawks, who won today 3-0, keeping their unbeaten streak alive. Daly Lazar scored in that game, as did Carson Deere and Ethan Brasco, as the shorthanded Mohawks are able to win that game. Face-off corralled by St-Laurent, but the puck hit out. And Danny Nakoi had to shoot it back in, and he did shoot it a little too far, and we'll have a face-off coming up inside the Gladiator zone. Yeah, the Mohawks have done a great job of getting off the great starts. They have had a 3-0 lead in every single game of the tournament up to this point. Of course, things got a little too close to comfort in that 3-2 round 1 win over the St-Laurent Warriors. Face-off won by the Gladiators, but the Mohawks picked it up for a moment. Sent off the boards by DiPietro. Poked up. Riley Tuax with that puck bouncing everywhere. Got rid of it, but it's intercepted, and here comes DiPietro. DiPietro moving in, and Matthew Stacey breaks it up. Rodertus Montour elevates one over the stick of George Jacobs, who gives pursuit of the puck now. Danny Nakul. Nakul. Played up, broken up by Carter Snow, who took the tumble. Played back to the point. Here's a wrister, and that's not on. That was Javi Utiwi letting that one go. And he comes in, pitching in. Good pressure by St-Laurent. Shot saved by Stock, and that'll be cleared out, and the Mohawks will get an icing call, but more importantly, a much-needed change here for the visiting squad. .6:55 to play in a scoreless first period. Daytona Lazar. Face-off one back and a shot. It's a good stop by Ashton Stock. Rodertus Montour touches this one into St-Laurent territory. It's picked up by the Gladiators. Montour behind the net. Rodertus Montour tied up. And that is furthered along. Ronan Daibo up to Wesley Morris. Morris skates in. Good feed up to Rodertus Montour, and it comes back. A wrist shot is going to be held. Glove stop by Justin Dubé. 6:22 to play here in the first period. A 0-0 score. Unofficial shots on goal, 4-3 in favor of the Gladiators. Daytona Lazar wins a draw. Back to the point. Ronan Daibo a drive, and that's blocked. There's a lead pass. Wesley Morris coming back. He deflected it, and there's a good blocker stop after Russo let it go. Davio Russo, a backhander in tight, save made. Second try was sent wide. Here's a pass in front, intercepted, and knocked away from Bowen Deere. Puck goes up in the air. Lazar couldn't handle it. A wrist shot, and that is stopped by Ashton Stock. Some big stops here from the Kahnawake tender. Rodertus Montour furthers it up, and it's cleared into neutral ice, and that'll be broken up by Stacey. Wesley Morris swoops in, tried to clear it, and now they'll get another try. Stacey, Lazar, got stick check. Wesley Morris up for the Daytona Lazar. He's battling with Nakul, and Danny Nakul back up the center ice. And Riley Tuax would be offside if he touched it. St-Laurent shoots it into the bench, though, and that'll stop play with 5:06 to play here in the first period of this championship game of the St-Laurent tournament. Don't forget, starting on Wednesday, the U-15Bs will play in the Pierrefonds tournament. We'll be there on Wednesday night, game 2 of their round-robin tourney. They tied yesterday 1-1 with the Pierrefonds Marquis. as they battle for the puck, and it's sent back behind the net. That's the Howie Cross, who had a goal in that first game, the only game of the tournament in which he's participated in. And back comes St-Laurent. Accelerating through is Matubi. Lost his balance behind the goal. And Rodetza Howie Cross has one up to Dehainer Duckwood Deer. Deer had the hat trick last night. Deer coming right in. Deer lost the handle. Back to Cross. A backhander, no. Still loose. And it's clean, and it'll get out. Tuak shoots it in, but the Mohawks have the tag. And now they'll go after it. Todd Jacobs. And now here comes St-Laurent. Potential 2-on-1, but Tuak steps back. Pass misses the intended target. D'Amico back in front. There's a shot. Now pad stop. And Dehainer Duckwood Deer trying to get started. And he couldn't quite split the defense. Tuak. Colliding with Mutiwi, 73. And here come the Gladiators. Puck behind the net. Wraparound try. Stuffed up by Stock. And a rebound comes into the corner. Picked up along the half wall by St-Laurent. Tuak deflected the intended shot. Here's the one-timer. It's tipped wide. Pass for Deer. He settles it down. What a play by him. Up the cross. But that's Cross coming in. But that's a Howie Cross. Shoots, and he hit the side of the net. It looked good from here, but it was just the side of the net. Here's the takeaway. Cross. Save made by Dubé. And St-Laurent comes back. Behind Roland Daibo. And here's Morris jumping in. He's got some room in front of him. Dropped it back for Deer, and the puck is knocked back out to center ice. In comes Nakul. Danny Nakul. He shoots, and that misses. Trying to go far side. Stolen by St-Laurent. Here's the puck on edge. It's blocked by Ronan Daibo. Out to Jacobs. George Jacobs up to Carter Snow. And he slowed it up. And St-Laurent will now regroup here in their own zone. 2:25 to go in the first. George Jacobs lost the puck. Wesley Morris picks it up. Banks one off of Daytona Lazar. Back out into the middle of the ice. The pass too far for Snow. And it's picked up by St-Laurent. 2:10 to play in period one. There's a breakup by Morris. Back up the center. That'll be shot in. That was stopped. But you know what the funny thing is? If that puck went in, that would not be a goal because it was a delayed offside. So honestly, I know Ashton looked like he had a little bit of, he wasn't sure how to stop that. He could have easily just let that puck go in and there'd be a face-off outside the Mohawks blue line. I know that because Dominic Hasek did that once when he was with the Senators. Do you remember he actually did play a season with the Ottawa Senators? And back come the Gladiators. Here's a wrist shot. Stock make the save. A rebound. Oh, wow, that stayed out. I think Matthew Stacey saves the goal right here. And there's a takeaway by Daytona Lazar. He shoots and he missed far side. Matthew Stacey, I'm very sure, just saved the goal. Lazar cleared, and that'll get out of the zone by Stacey. Icing coming up with a minute 18 to play in the first. Well, what happens on this sequence is that a wrist shot comes in. Stock gets a piece of it, but the puck goes airborne instead of into the corner. And then Matthew Stacey comes sliding in, and I'm pretty sure ties up Anthony Brady to prevent a good opportunity. Face off won by the Mohawks. Tuak and Bowen Deer now digging for it. East plays it back behind the net. Rotertus Mentor centering this line with Riley Tuak and Bowen Deer. And back on the Gladiators. Puck chipped by Todd Jacobs. Stacey, that's going to be no call. Stacey was trying to tie his man up legally. Played to the point, puck's on edge, and it'll get out. 40 seconds. And back come the Gladiators. Wrist shot, pad stop. Back out in front. Down to the final 30 of period 1. Todd Jacobs comes in. Tuax now helping. Puck gets loose in the corner, and St-Laurent's got it. Slap shot, and that one misses. Puck goes back behind the net. Final 10. Bowen Deere picks it up, and it does find its way to Tuax. And there's a giveaway, and that will do it for period 1. We're scoreless at the end of the first period here in the championship game of the St-Laurent tournament. Welcome back to Ray Borkup Arena. The second period about to begin here in this championship game of the St-Laurent tournament. No score between the Mohawks and the St-Laurent Gladiators. Mohawks now attacking left to right. Ronan Daibo back up the ice for behind the Rockwood Deer. Deer not able to retrieve it, and that'll be cleared out. Back from the Gladiators. Puck is retrieved. Shot from the high slot is deflected. Morris not able to get there. We got a whistle and a penalty coming up against St-Laurent and the Mohawks. Nope. Actually, it's on. Yeah, it is on the Gladiators. All right. Roughing the call. And it's time for a Mohawk Super Bingo Jackpot Chasers power play. Kahnawake 1 for 5 last night. Overall in the tournament, 3 for 13. Daytona Lazar, they high in your Rockwood Deer, but that's a Howie Cross up front. Wesley Morris, Ronan Daibo to defense. Ronan double teamed, and it's cleared out. That's aggressive defense there by St-Laurent. Double teaming the puck carrier while short-handed. Cross, a wrist shot. Some choice words from the St-Laurent bench to an official. They were screaming for an interference call. Ronan Daibo. Skating. Making the move. He gets a shot away off the St-Laurent stick and way up and out of play. And I'll just say that the only thing I heard was, whose bleeping side are you on? As you hear some Nirvana in the background and smells like Teen Spirit. 29 years ago is when this band last played. That's unbelievable, ain't it? A minute 13 to go in the St-Laurent power play, or the Mohawks power play. Carter Snow, Riley Tuax, and Matthew Stacey picks it up. Shot into the skates of DiPietro. DiPietro back here, and that pass across. Stacey gets the puck. Tuax hacks one up the center. That's not good for the Mohawks though, because they're on the PP, and the Gladiators are just going to take their time. Oh, that shot stung Stacey. And Jacobs. Snow. And they're telegraphing their passes right now. Oh, as it's shot into the St-Laurent bench. They just got to settle down a little bit here on the PP. They're trying to go for home run passes all the time. Just settle. Try to get an entry at least here. Face off to the left of the Mohawks net. And St-Laurent will drive it in again. Ashton Stock forced to make another stop while his team's on the power play. And in comes Lazar, skating. Lazar. Daytona Lazar gets the entry. Back for Bowen Deere. Deere trying to feed it in front, and he threaded the needle He couldn't thread the needle, I should say. It was close. Matthew Stacy. Penalty over. Kahnawake 0 for 1 on the power play. Stacy, he found on the pass. Played up. Rister, good stop by Stock, and no rebound. Given up by Ashton Stock. 7:23 to go in the second here. Scoreless at Ray Bork Arena. Scoreless at St-Laurent. And the Gladiators a little late. They're going to have to undo that change. Faced off one by St-Laurent, but forwarded out by Rotherdis Mentor, number 15 in orange. Here's Ronan Daibo. And there's Cross chipping it by. And that shot is blocked. The rebound came loose. Rotherdis Mentor picked it up. Back to Ronan at the point. He shoots one that's tipped. There's a feed, and it's just sent wide by Cross. Back to the point it goes. Daibo gets a shot. Daibo gets another shot. Right on. They score! Ronan Daibo sends one to the back of the net. And Kahnawake strikes first. Hold that sticker a little higher. There you go. There's your mom. There's Ronan's mom. A proud mom here as her son gets the Mohawks on the board with a 50-foot slow roller that sees the back of the net. Ronan Daibo puts the Mohawks on the board. He had 3 cracks at it. The first 2 were blocked, and the third one was the slowest shot of all, and it found its way through. Here's from St-Laurent. Rister, what a stop by Stock. Oh, Ronan Daibo has the icebreaker here in this championship game.
Let's keep it up, Mohawk!
Face off won by St-Laurent. A backhander stop by Stock. Deflected but not out. And this one will lob up in the air. Morris mistimed it. Going after the puck. He's just a little bit bigger than Ryan Werbit is. And that is fluttered but not out. A wrist shot, and that's steered away. Werbit gets the puck back. Tuax. And they're battling. It's a big time battle. And they let him play. There's a wrist shot. Jacobs turned aside. Dehainer Deer trying to get back. The puck hits somebody on the Mohawks bench, and that'll lead to a face-off. I'll tell you what, these referees are letting them play.
Let's get another one, Mohawk!
That's good. That's good officiating. The 2 guys are engaged. They're locked. I mean, Tuax looked like he was close to giving him a shot, but he didn't. There's a giveaway. Carter Snow taps this one on, and Dubé will make the save. Face-off coming up to the left of the St-Laurent net. 1-0 Mohawks on top on a goal by Ronan Daibo. Daytona Lazar wins the draw. Back to the Todd Jacobs at the point. And it's poked up. Matthew Stacy coming back. 4-on-2 St-Laurent. And that'll be a penalty. Yep. Actually, not a bad penalty. That's a good penalty.
Never know that was a penalty for foul.
Well, the hooking is the call, and St-Laurent will go to work on their first power play. Matthew Stacey, who eats up a lot of penalty killing time, is going to be sitting the next 2 minutes or less out. And the Mohawks obviously hoping that he serves the full 2. Oh, there's a push. Yeah, they said they wanted to play. Here's a wrist shot. A little off. There you see Ronan Daibo, apparently a football fan. That should come out. They didn't hit anybody. Yep, that's what's going to happen. The face-off's coming out. But that's the Howie Cross killing this penalty for the Mohawks. Chipped in behind the Mohawks goal. Oh, a backhander, save made. Penalty coming up to the Mohawks. Here's a wrist shot blocked, and the puck will carry him out. St-Laurent enters. A wrister, Stock, a save, a rebound. Sent wide, back out in front. A drive. Austin Stock! Oh! And now we got some rough stuff. Ashton Stock was whacked after the whistle. He was whacked after the whistle. The initial penalty is going to the Mohawks. One of the St-Laurent forwards just threw their stick into the bench. There should be a penalty on. Yeah, there is. All right. Todd Jacobs is going to the box too, so it'll be 4-on-3. Unless they make it 5-on-4, which I think they will. No, I think it's going to be 5-on-4 because the penalties aren't up on the board. I think Noah Norton wants an explanation as to what's going on. Okay, so 2's up on the board, so I think this is going to be a 4-on-3. Yeah, it'll be a 4-on-3. No, you know what? I think St-Laurent got the extra 2, and as a result, only a 2-minute is up on the board for them, and it'll be 4-on-4. But if they got the extra 2, shouldn't the face-off be in the Gladiators' zone? That's what the officials are gathering up here to do. We don't say this that often, and nobody does, but the referees have actually done a good job tonight of keeping things controlled, but allowing some things to go. So it's 4-on-4. The Mohawks picked up the extra 2, or the Gladiators picked up the extra 2. So it's instead the Todd Jacobs is going to have to sit in the box until there's about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, and then he can come out at a whistle. Face off to the left of the Mohawks net. Face off won by the Glads. Slap shot. Ashton Stock again. And the Mohawks are going to make a switch here. George Jacobs coming out. Daytona Lazar will come in to take the draw. Here's a wrist shot. Knocked down by a high stick. And that'll be touched and blown and hit by a high stick. Oh, the clock is still ticking. The face-off will be coming up outside the Mohawk zone. And yeah, we just lost about 13 seconds here after the whistle. But those will be 13 seconds, which will be never played. As the Mohawks shoot it down. And now the clock's not moving. All right, so maybe they're making up for it that way. Icing the call. 1-0 Kahnawake, leading on a goal by Ronan Daibo. That came earlier in the second period. 3:57 remaining.
Let's get another one, Mohawk!
Leads off to the right of Ashton Stock. It's won by St-Laurent. Back to the point. Puck's on edge. A wrist shot blocked. That's a Howie cross. Coming back. A wrist shot over the net. Ronan Daibo gets run into. There's a violent collision right in front of the Mohawks bench. Incidental contact as St-Laurent brings it in. Good little move here. Drop back and Daibo broke it up. Cross. Trying to further the issue. St-Laurent picks it up. Little 2-on-1 here. Out in front. No! Lazar picks it up and we got a whistle. And we have a penalty coming up to St-Laurent for a body check. And that means with 4 seconds left in the penalty to Matthew Stacey, it's a 4-on-3 right now and soon will become a 5-on-3 power play for the Mohawks. As they play a song I haven't heard in years, Gangnam Style. Anyone else remember when this was the biggest song on earth? Simple Times. And Mitt Romney was still liked by Republicans. Back to the point, a wrist shot by Daibo, not on. And that'll be cleared out of the zone. Stacey breaks it up. And Matt Stacey thinking about jumping into the rush. Stacey to the attack. Dropped it back. They hide near Deer. Big stop by Dubé. From point blank range, he turned it away. Mohawks got a really good chance there. St-Laurent clears it. This is the Mohawks Super Bingo Jackpot Chasers power play. Kahnawake 0 for 1. 15 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Riley Tuax. George Jacobs tried to feed it across. He got back checked, and the St-Laurent Gladiators shoot it out. 5-on-4. As Nakul gets out of the box. Lead pass up for Tuax, and he makes his way into St-Laurent territory. Back on defense is Russo. Sorry, that's Joey Ada, 61, not 65. And Ada, wow, that puck had some hang time. Pick back up. Here's a drive. Ronan up for Daibo. Deer behind your knuckle. Deer shoots that, deflects and goes wide. Ronan jumping into the play, and St-Laurent clears it. 25 seconds to go in the Mohawks power play. Both teams changing. Stacey, Truax, Deer. Behind your knuckle. Deer taking off the puck, and that's broken up by Truax. He goes into the corner. He was held up. No, it's on St-Laurent, yeah. That's a holding call. We saw a little bit of grab action there, and he's not wrong. I'll be sure to get Matthew Stacey on this one when we talk about, when we do the referee's corner. He did hold him. On 3 Mohawks for 6 seconds. They're over 2 with the man advantage. But I mean, they have a serious chance here to try and create a little bit of space between these two teams heading into the intermission. Off the draw. Todd Jacobs, and that is stopped by Dubé. foul for this man coming on too. As he's coming, St-Laurent is getting an extra player in 3 seconds. One back to Morris. He shoots. That hit the outside of the net. And it's taken. There's the man that just came on from the penalty box. Oh, a 2-on-0 in front. What a save! They score! Benjamin Levy. Oh, sorry, Davio Russo has tied this thing up at 1. Mohawks still on a power play. That goal comes with 1:02 to go in this period. Daytona Lazar couldn't find the handle. And away comes St-Laurent. A wrist shot, that is blocked by Daibo, and the puck will go out. That is number 65, Davio Rosso. 52.6 to go here in this period. And then they're going to flood the ice. And the face-off is one out to center. And St-Laurent still killing a penalty. Pass up. Simo. St-Laurent was trapped. Now they're onside. They can touch it. Here's a good move. And they can't get a shot off. Poked away by Ronan Daibo. He has the Mohawks tally. Carter Snow passes one up. Penalty coming up to St-Laurent. And they're going to have a 5-on-3 for 53 seconds here. If you don't bury this now, I mean, you're going to head into that intermission. If the game's still tied, if they don't score the next 16 seconds here, they're going to head into that intermission with a lot of questions on their PP. Dehainer Duckwood Deer jumping to center. Morris and Daibo on the back end. Bowen Deer in front of the goal. And it's won by the St-Laurent Gladiators. Off the boards. Puck was slowed, but it didn't stay in. Driven on net. Save made by Stock, and he's just going to hang on to it. 1.7 to go. .7 to go. And that is one back, and Stock has to make a last-second save. Mohawks and St-Laurent all square 1-1 after 2. Welcome back to Ray Bork Arena. Here we go, third period. The Mohawks will start this third with a 37-second 5-on-3. Behind your Duckwood Deer. Gets the return feet. Nice little give and go. Here's a shot. Pat save. Follow-up chance. What a goal line stand by Dubé. Matt Stacey holds it in. He shoots. Puck rolling. Shot save. Shot save. Shot save. Shot save. That puck was, quite frankly, it didn't look like it was ever covered. Well, the Mohawks have 5 shots on net in the first 20 seconds of this period. Coming up to St-Laurent.
We're starting a fight.
Bud Sportson-like. Oh, the puck was still loose. So a full 5-on-3 for 124. And now the player will not be able to come out of the box for the Gladiators. Wow. I mean, honestly, at this point, if it wasn't an intermission, I would have made the argument this would be a good time to use a timeout. But they probably just talked about their power play woes recently. And meanwhile, Kahnawake Deer is going back to the locker room. He lost his neck guard. Now he hasn't been kicked out of the game. He needs to go get a neck guard. So that's why George Jacobs is replacing him here on this line. Jacobs back to the point. Matthew Stacy, a shot, that's blocked. Shots are not getting through to the net. A good little stick check there by Daytona Lazar. Lazar coming into St-Laurent territory. Daytona run into, backhanded to the point. Matthew Stacy touches it, and we have a penalty for roughing coming up to Daytona Lazar. And that means that the penalty comes off the board to Ryan Werbit. So it'll be 4-on-3. We're having some scoreboard issues here, folks. We're going to come back. It's won by the Mohawks. And a 4-minute double minor here to Kahnawake Deer. Daytona Lazar. Kahnawake out because he didn't have a neck guard. Here's the centering feed broken up. The Mohawks technically still on the power play here. And we'll see what they can do. Morris. And Radetza Howie cross, not able to deflect it in.
You got the power play.
Technically, Kahnawake on the PP here, even though that 4-minute double minor looms huge. Puck all on edge. It's a knockdown. George Jacobs. Wesley Morris got pinned. Here's a wrist shot, blocker saved by Stock. Wraparound try, George Jacobs there.
Come on, let's break up.
And now it's 4-on-4. Wesley Morris got a whistle, offside at the St-Laurent blue line. And Carter Snow up front for the Mohawks here on this 4-on-4. Intercepted and shot back into the Mohawks end. Played up the center. Matthew Stacy trying to further it along. He got as far as center. And Tuax turns it over. Here comes St-Laurent moving in. One man back, it's Todd Jacobs in the pass, misses its target. Tuax picking it up. He and Carter Snow going up. Penalty coming up, that'll be a slash. I mean, he slashes his stick. So the Mohawks will have an 8-second power play here. Face-off coming up to the left of the St-Laurent goal. Kahnawake Deer is back. 8 seconds left here. Well, this would prevent a full power play for St-Laurent. 9:30 to go in the championship. That's cleared. Knocked down by Todd Jacobs. Furthered along, and Jacobs got run into. Pass up the center ice. And Northerdis Montour got run into. Played up the center. Stacy. Up to Kahnawake Deer, number 4. Triple teamed, and the numbers game pays dividends for St-Laurent. Deer picks it up. And the puck hit the stanchion, stays in play, and intercepted. One man back. Oh, good move in tight. Backhander, what a save. Nice stop. 1:10 left in the 4-on-4. Here's a wrist shot, blocked. Follow-up chance is deflected. Stacy's without a stick. Here comes Jacobs. Oh, he lost the handle. Todd Jacobs shoots one towards the net. That misses. Kahnawake on a change. That's Wesley Morris coming back out. That's up for Mator. He missed it. And there's a big collision. Incidental contact. Jacobs got run into. Here comes Morris. Skating back. 7:40 left to go in the championship. 1-1 tie. And the pass is knocked down by Darius Mator. Behind it up right here for the lead. What a battle. Behind it up right here gives the Mohawks the lead. It's 2-1. That goal comes with 5 seconds left in the 4-on-4.
Let's get another one, Mohawks.
All right, St-Laurent, if you're St-Laurent right now, you gotta take it easy a bit. They've been very demonstrative with a lot of their language and communication. You're only down 2-1. Just take it easy here. 14 seconds left to go, and a now power play for St-Laurent. Penalty coming up to the Mohawks. I don't know who's going. Oh, it's on St-Laurent.
Yeah, well, they had the puck.
Yeah, I was confused. I thought it might have been the other way. Timeout, St-Laurent. And you know what? I think they need to talk things over here.
Come on, Mohawks, let's get another
St.
one.
Laurent has taken a timeout. We're coming back. The Mohawks lead at 2-1 with 7:19 to play.
Come on, let's go.
All right, so we're back here at Ray Bork Arena. 7:19 to play in this championship. The Mohawks leading the St. Laurent Gladiators 2-1. And the penalty has just ended to the Gladiators. Oop. Picked up by St. Laurent. Remember, they scored a shorthanded goal already. Here's a shot, Stock. Can't find the rebound. And he's got it here. I think the Gladiators took a timeout at the right time. After you watch the replay, I was now able to identify where that penalty took place. And you know, that's the big thing. You're not going to win games sitting in the penalty box. But now the Mohawks still have 1:35 of power play time to work with here, but they're having trouble getting it out and into St. Laurent territory. Here's Leron Peretz. He gets rid of it to center ice. That hit a St. Laurent skate and went back in. So technically onside now are the Mohawks. There's no pressure here. This is a great job. St. Laurent just burning clock. Matui, got one up. And here comes DiPietro. Throwing one in front, Morris. There comes Morris. Penalty coming up to St. Laurent. Out in front he goes! And Tuax, or Cross, send it wide. Riley Tuax picks it up. Slap shot. It's over the top of the net. Slashing the call. Mentor, and that's cross. Won by the Gladiators. Jacobs starting up in his own zone. The two lefties out there, Jacobs and Stacy. Flicked up the center. Carter Snow. And he's not able to handle return feed, and that's shot out of the zone. Stacy. And Rotaris Mentor throws it back into the St-Laurent zone. And that's cleared. Wow. This is just a masterful job of killing off a 5-on-3. It's now 5-on-4. Shot towards the net by Jacobs, and it's blocked. That's flicked out. And the puck is going to roll in on net. There's a giveaway. That stopped. The rebound. Snow. Here. Out in front. That goes through the legs of Mentor. Back to the point it goes. A shot. Jacobs. That's blocked. And St-Laurent coming back. Deer trying to hustle back into the fray. Here comes Nazir. And Deer with the takeaway. Deer lost his balance, and the puck comes up the center ice. Intercepted. Here come the St-Laurent Gladiators. Puck rolling, and Deer takes it away. Deer, and he tried to make the stretch pass. It was picked off. And deflected back in. St-Laurent not. Deer with the takeaway. Deer! Behind Unukwa. Still with it. Centering feed, and that hits something. Rotaris Mentor picks it back up, out in front, intercepted, and the puck doesn't get out, knocked out. Jacobs, Deer, and he hits the outside of the post. Picked back up, and that gets out, and the penalty is over, and St-Laurent has survived another 5-on-3. .3:30 to go. Penalty coming up to the Mohawks for a hold. I think, maybe interference. Got a holding call coming up. And my battery's about to die. We're coming back. All right, so they called two penalties, one on Todd Jacobs and the other on George Jacobs. So it's a 5-on-3 for St-Laurent, trailing 2-1. Back to the point it comes. Pass got through. And that hit the outside of the net. Daytona Lazar trying to find it. Back to the point. Here's a wrister. No. Follow-up chance. Stock made the save. Banked off the boards, and that'll get out. And St-Laurent now regrouping. And it's thrown in. Rona Daibo shoots it, and it gets out. .50 seconds gone by in the 5-on-3. The penalties will expire at the same time. Here's a wrister, and that is blocked. Daibo. There goes a stick flying. Rona Daibo has a look, and he clears the zone. 50 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. And back comes St-Laurent. Back to the point. Slap shot. Deflection. They score. Tiwi has tied the game at 2, and there's still 35 seconds left on the power play. for the Mohawks. You just gotta kill this off. Tie game. And now 30 seconds left on the power play for the Gladiators. Here's a shot, Stock to stop, a rebound. Ashton, 2 big saves. Keeping this baby deadlock. A backhander, Stock to save, a rebound. Stock's got it. And he'll hang on with 15 seconds to go. Face-off won by St-Laurent. Back to the point. Here's a wrister that is going to go way up and out of play. 9 seconds left on the power play. 1:26 to go in regulation. Kahnawake 2, St-Laurent Gladiators 2.
Let's go, Mohawk!
Face-off to the left of the Kahnawake goal. Two-Axe trying to drive it out. Matthew Stacy picks it up, and he'll get rid of it. Deer slowed it up for Stacy, and Matthew Stacy's away. Penalty is over. Oh! Penalty coming up. All right, so the Mohawks will have a power play with 1:09 left in regulation. The game is tied at 2. Radetza Howie Cross. Roterdes Mentor. Behind your Deer. Up front, Wesley Morris and Ronan Daibo on defense. Kahnawake 2, St-Laurent 2, 1:09 left in regulation. Driven to the point but not out. Daibo keeps it in. Played around the horn for Deer. And there's a good keeping by Wesley Morris. Morris with shot, that's blocked. Wesley Morris picks it back up, threw it in front, intercepted by St-Laurent. Here comes the St-Laurent squad with a shot that's blocked.
Get the puck!
And this is good job, a good job here by St-Laurent. They're gonna, Benjamin Levy's just gonna clear it out. 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Cleared but not out. Mentor lost his balance. Icing waved. Behind your Deer. 10 seconds to go. Comes out in front. Daibo. He shoots. Blocked. Deer got it to the net. 3 seconds to go. And they're not going to get a shot off. This game is going to overtime. Kahnawake 2, St-Laurent 2. And I believe we will have a shootout if there's no goal scored at the end of the next 5 minutes. We're going to overtime, 1 goal away from a goal. All right, so welcome back here to the championship of the Ray Bork Tournament U-18B. The ruling on the ice is that St-Laurent has picked up excess penalties, over 20 penalty minutes. Therefore, they start this overtime with a 5-minute major, and the Mohawks have a 5-on-3 with the gold medal on the line. Here comes St-Laurent. And a wrist shot is blocked. And let's see the Mohawks try to start something up here. They try the stretch pass. Deer off by 1. Behind your Deer, 2-on-1. Deer slides it across, and the shot is fanned on. Ronan Daibo holds his own, clears it back. Snow off the boards. That's a Howie cross. Deer, and he tucked it wide. Deer trying to tuck it in. Back to Morris. Morris, a shot off of a leg. Back to the point. Ronan Daibo holds his own. Back behind it, caught by cross. They hiding it up with here. Try to feed it out in front. It's now 5-on-4, and it's cleared out of the zone. So left on the major. Behind it, Aqua Deer moving in. Deer shoots. Bad save made by Dubé. Snow. Deer. Trying to feed it back for Snow, and the pass was broken up. Here comes St-Laurent. 2-on-1 back. Daibo got a stick in the way. Picked up by St-Laurent.
Get the puck!
Morris trying to feed Deer, turned over, and that one is stopped. Tie game here 2-2 with 8:17 left in overtime. And if this game does not end in the next 8 minutes, 17 seconds, we will go to a shootout. Best of 3 shooters. Mohawks obviously with a huge chance here. So now it's 4-on-3. We're back to regular overtime conditions. Mohawks on the power play. George Jacobs up for Matthew Stacy. Stacy going wide. Matt Stacy out in front. Bounces back. A shot. Save. Rebound. Save. A follow-up chance. Loose. Save on the goal line. He's got it. Wow. Woo-hoo-hoo. A goal line stand by Justin Dubé. Daytona Lazard, George Jacobs up front. Matthew Stacy on the back end with Todd Jacobs. Run back to Matthew. He shoots and that's blocked. Todd Jacobs picks it up. Jacobs lets it go, right on! That's cleared away. Every shot that lands on goal could potentially be the one. Stacy gave it up. And he's got to get back into play. So does Jacobs. Here's a shot right on. Stock steers it aside. Right on. Stock finds it. And going on. This game is in overtime. 7:25 left. And again, if there's no finish in the overtime period, then we will go to a best of 3 shooters in a shootout. St-Laurent, the home team, would have the opportunity to pick and choose who or if they want to go first or not. Morris has a look and gets it out to center, but the pass doesn't go to Tuax. And a long shot comes in. Ashton Stock making the save. Here goes Ronan Daibo, entering St-Laurent territory. Ronan dropped it back, and with there to Mator, not able to come up with it. Morris hacks it back in. St-Laurent steals it.
Get the puck back!
Oh, good move. Flicked up and off the boards. Montour trying to force the issue instead and sent back. Riley Tuax up the ice, and that goes to nobody. If they get a whistle here on this power play, I would honestly assume that they would try to take the timeout. But there it is, Montour. He shoots. Wesley Morris picks it back up. A shot is blocked. And that's driven out of the zone. Behind Ronan Daibo it goes. Michael DiPietro. Senders one in front. It'll be intercepted. And here come the Mohawks. Well, that's a Howie cross. Moving in. Cross. Cuts. Cross. Out in front. And that'll be swallowed up by Dubé. 48 seconds left in the power play.
Come on, Mohawks, let's do this!
Behind it, Aquadira, that's cross. Todd Jacobs, Matthew Stacy. Cross. Wanted into the corner. Deere intercepted the pass. Behind your Duckwa back, and it misses Jacobs. Not able to handle the pass. 30 seconds left. Matthew Stacy. Coming in. Stacy. Back to Deere. He shoots, and that is blocked away by Dubé. A big collision. Behind your Duckwa trying to poke it free. He's by himself. And now Matthew Stacy plays it back behind for Radetza Howie Cross. Cross. Around the horn. Penalty is over. 4-on-4. Matthew Stacy. Jacobs shoots one towards the net. That's blocked. Radetza Howie Cross. Out in front. And that pass is picked off. And that'll be sent up the ice over the stick of Jacobs. Icing wave. 4:40 to go here in overtime. Pass out in front. Deere coming back. And he gets the puck. They heighten it up with Deere. Coming back. And it's taken back by St-Laurent. Mohawks want to change. They have two defensemen back. Lovey, and that's blocked. Morris. They heighten it up with Deere. Looking for Morris. Stolen puck, 2-on-1, St-Laurent. Score! Stock gets the player of the game. And Justin Dubé, the goalie. So the goalies both get the game MVPs. Joey Ada, with 3:49 to go in overtime, gives the Gladiators the 4-3 win. Or the 3-2 overtime win. And now time to present the medals. Joey Ada scoring the goal in overtime. To give the Gladiators the 3-2 overtime victory and a gold medal. This Gladiators team survived a 5-minute major penalty at the start of overtime. And ultimately, one of these two teams had to lose. And now the Mohawks will put forward an effort here in the second half of the season. Try to track down one of those top 4 spots and try to get an appearance in the regionals. That's going to do it. Your final score, St-Laurent Gladiators 3, Kahnawake Mohawks 2. I'm Brandon Bordeaux for Baby Blue Memories. Kahnawake.